Hi everyone and welcome back to the Lewis Pickering Football Show. On today's episode, it's another episode of Brother v Brother. We're going to be reviewing game week 3 of the Premier League and what happened over the weekend, seeing our score predictions and what points we scored, and just basically going through the games and who did well and who didn't do very well. Some shocking results in the Premier League this week. Since the lockdown and stuff, it's thrown up some mad results. But yeah, we're going to go through them and then we're going to do our preview for game week 4. Right, so first of all, we're going to do the first 5 games, then the second 5 games. We're going to see what happened, talk about what happened, see what scores we got and what points we got. We'll start off at the Amex Stadium, 3-2 to Man United. Well, it was 2-2 at full time and then it was 3-2. It was kind of crazy. You got a notification on your phone saying 2-2 full time. 3-2.
I know. That's just viral all over though, isn't it?
I know, I've said it before when they played Chelsea, but I won't look at Brighton again.
No,
Brighton were the better team again, then they got... It was the least of all they deserved when Solly March equalised in the 95th minute. I said 2-1 to Man United, and in the 94th minute it was 2-1 to Man United. I thought I'm getting 2 points here.
I said 1-1. I thought it was going to be a closer affair. It was looking like it was going to be a point for me when it was 2-2.
I know, and then Bruno Fernandes got to trust him on penalties. But yeah, fair play at Man United. They ground it out and got a result. But yeah, Brighton be fine this season. Keep playing like that and results have to come.
Just hope you're not use that again.
Yeah, again. But yeah, so fair play to Man United. That's 1 point for me.
Yeah, that's no point to me on that one.
Yeah. Right, let's move to Selhurst Park where we go into 2 teams who had 6 points, two wins out of 2. And I thought I was going to have them both unbeaten. I said 1-1.
Yeah, I said 3-1 Everton.
But it was actually 2-1 Everton, so we were both a goal out, but he gets a point.
That's how it is.
Because he said Everton win. Dominic Calvert-Lewin again. I thought the penalty was so harsh on Joel Ward, by the way. It's just he hasn't even hardly put it out, but Richarlison tucks it away and Everton 3 wins out of 3. I know, and just talk about the Carabao Cup last night. Calvert-Lewin back-to-back home hat-tricks, by the way. Ridiculous. He's on up and he's just been called into the England squad.
Yeah, fair play.
Absolutely fair play. And with James and Richarlison either side, I think he'll get a bag full this season. But fair play to Everton, 3 wins out of 3 and no points for me.
And a point for me, yeah.
Yeah, so a point.
Everton win.
And we're going to go on to the first of the weird results this weekend. And they say football's a game of 2 halves, and
it certainly is.
You're never going to see a game like that not being 2 halves. But West Brom 3-0 up at half time.
Well, I was chatting with my mate when they said check the score. I was like, oh my, what is happening?
Thiago Silva with a brutal mistake, Robinson, and then they just push out off a corner, but one man doesn't push out. The 3-0 down.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair play to Chelsea. 3-0 down against any team away in the Premier League to get a point. Like in the second half.
I always had the feeling they were going to get a point. And when I actually checked my phone to see that it was 3-3, I actually wasn't shocked, even though it's 3-0 down at half time. But yeah, it's a great point now.
Just a little comment on, obviously Chelsea have spent so much money this season, and it was Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham were the winner, yeah. The boys from last season who were playing it last season. The
youth academy.
Yeah.
So they've spent so much money, and it was the youth academy that bailed them out 3-0. I said 2-0 to Chelsea. Obviously, that's a no point to me.
Yeah, I said 2-0 to Chelsea as well. Yeah. So we both.
We actually said in the preview though, we said it won't be a whitewash. Obviously, that you can say that and say 2-0, but yeah, Chelsea haven't clicked. Chelsea really haven't clicked. So and I watched them against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night, and Tottenham were the better team, and Tottenham played a really not a weak inside, but made a lot of changes, and Chelsea went really strong. But Chelsea definitely haven't clicked. But yeah, fair play to West Brom. They'll be disappointed, but they took a point all day before kick-off. But yeah, that's no points for either of us. And now we move on to Saturday night, Turf Moor, Burnley v Southampton. We knew it was going to be a tight game.
Yeah, we did.
I said 1-1.
I said 1-0, Burnley.
So yeah, we knew it was going to be tight. It was one goal was always going to win it for either side, and that man Danny Ings again gone back to his old club. Bit of a scruffy goal, but Southampton will take it. They've had 2 poor results, conceded a few goals, and it's nice to go to Burnley. Burnley's a hard place to go. Not many teams will go there and win, so cracking for Southampton. Is that no points again?
No points again. Is it quite a lot of?
It's quite a lot of no points, but yeah, fair play to Danny Ings and Southampton. And last but not least of the first review is Sheffield United v Leeds at Bramall Lane. I said 2-2.
I said 2-2 as well.
Was that his goal fest? Leeds 4-3, 2 weeks in a row. Bamford again, 3 out of 3, 80 seconds.
He's had a lot of criticism, Bamford, especially when we went up with him. Middlesbrough couldn't prove it. Can he prove it in the Premier League? Chelsea let him go. Can he prove it? And he's come back up with Leeds. He's got 3 and 3. So fair play, lad. I'm happy for him.
I just want to say as well, Leeds fans, 4-3 the first week, 4-3 second week. It's nice to go. Not many teams will go to Sheffield United and win this season, and it's nice to win a different way instead of winning 4-3. Goals are plenty. Go and keep a clean sheet and nick a 1-0 winner. It shows great. It shows great signs for Leeds going forward. But yeah, 2-2 for me, 2-2 for him. That's no points.
0 points.
Fair play to Leeds. Two wins out of the first 3 games, and it's a cracking return into the Premier League. Right, now we'll move on to the second 5. So let's start off with the first of the 5 of the second games that we're going to review. Start 2 o'clock kick-off on Sunday between Tottenham and Newcastle. I mean, there's only one place we can start, and that's that handball. I mean, he's not looking at him. He's 2 yards away from him, and he's in the air when the ball hits him.
You put your hands like in a game like that's ridiculous.
To be fair to the referee, though, I think it's the rules that they've been told to give.
Definitely.
They're following certain rules. It's not as if they're like it's their decision. They just seem like they're following rules. But
the rule book, aren't they?
Tottenham should have put the game to bed, but it's not their fault that a penalty gets given against them. Newcastle hadn't had a shot on target. They hadn't had a shot last week at home to Brighton when they got beat 3-0, didn't have a shot on target. And then in the 90th minute, they hadn't had a shot on target. The most lucky point I've ever seen.
A point. That's just textbook, isn't it?
I said 2-0 to Tottenham, so obviously no points for me.
I said 2-0 to Tottenham, so no points for me also.
You changed it though, didn't you? 3-1. You went a bit out there. But
oh, I did. Yeah, I got my notes. Yeah, but either way, we didn't get.
Yeah, we both didn't get a point. But yeah, Newcastle won't care. It's a point, and it's 4 points on the board from 2 away games for them. But
love a goal for Callum Wilson as well.
Yeah, Callum Wilson, exactly.
Striker's got his job to do at the end, hasn't he? And he put it away.
Yeah, and now we move on to another crazy result.
Craziest game of the week.
Craziest game.
Definitely.
I said 5-2 to Leicester, so that's 2 points to me. No, so I said 3-1 to Man City.
I said 4-1. I said there was going to be some goals, but I thought it was going to be.
I just want to say for the first half an hour, Leicester didn't get out the half, and I just thought it's just going to be how many Man City want to score. Then Kyle Walker makes a stupid mistake. You've just got to let him go through. You can't pull him down. And then it just seemed to give Leicester confidence that they could get them on the counter-attack. And then after they scored, they had 2 chances in the first half on the counter, and then second half, I mean, Vardy's second goal.
Oh, that little flick.
How's he flicked it over his head? And then Mendy give away a penalty. Garcia give away a penalty. 3 of Man City's 4 centre-halves give a penalty away. No. Vardy gets a hat-trick, Tielemans scored, and Maddison scores an absolute worldie. But yeah, little fact for you, first time Guardiola's ever conceded 5 goals in his managerial career.
Good fact.
Yeah,
Jimmy Vardy's got a good track record against Pep Guardiola.
So what do Man City do when they go concede 5 goals? Let's go spend 65 million on another centre half.
Ruben Diaz from Benfica.
Ruben Diaz from Benfica. But yeah, no points for me on that one, and no points for anybody in the world who did predictions.
No, definitely not.
Right, next up. I mean, just as shocking. Like, Wolves do not concede goals. West Ham 4, Wolves 0. Sorry, I've got it mixed up in the title there. It was West Ham at home. West Ham 4, Wolves 0.
What a result. Honestly.
Jared Bourne gets 2.
I think that is just as shocking as the Leicester one, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone's predicted 4-0 away to Wolves the way West Ham are playing.
Wolves just don't concede that many goals. Like, obviously, Man City, Arsenal, whatever, but like against teams below them and around them, Wolves just hardly ever concede. Jared Bourne gets 2, an own goal, and Haller comes on and gets a 4th. I mean, I said 2-1 to Wolves, and
I said 2 on Wolves as well. So absolutely no point on that one.
I mean, are you getting the theme of this video then? No point. But yeah, fair play. We said last week to West Ham when they were brutal at home to Newcastle first game, but at Arsenal last week they deserved a point, and I said if they play like that they'll be absolutely fine. Well, they well exceeded that. Yeah, they well exceeded that, so fair play to West Ham and fair play to Jared Bourne. His record since he's went last January is not bad. I think it's 1 in 2 games, so fair play to Jared Bourne. Now we move on to Monday night. The penultimate game is Fulham v Aston Villa. All we talked about in our preview, it's a 6-pointer for Fulham. They can't get beat. I mean, there wasn't even a fight. I said 1-1. I thought it'd be a tight game.
I said 1-0 Villa, but it was more than that. It was 3-0.
It's just absolute. Little fact for you. On Twitter, Paddy Power are paid out. If you back Fulham to get relegated,
they've paid out.
They've paid out.
I mean, I was actually genuinely about to say it looks like back to the Championship for Fulham, and we're only 3 games into the season. But
I mean, if you watched Monday Night Football with Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane, I mean, they showed some of the defending and stuff, and it was absolutely criminal.
Giving up.
Dennis Adoy just pointing everywhere, and Keane was having absolutely none of it. But yeah, fair play at Villa. 6 points out of 6. It's not their fault. Fulham are brutal. Go there, win. Go there 3-0. Fair play at Villa. And I back Villa to go down in the way they're playing at the moment. It doesn't look likely. But yeah, fair play to Villa and Fulham.
Yeah, I get
dreadful.
a point on that one.
Oh yeah, you get
a point.
Yeah, you can take a point all day in this game week. But yeah, fair play to Villa, and we move on to the last game, which was the champions Liverpool v Arsenal. Both got 6 points. Some I had to give, and I don't even know where to start with Liverpool again.
They were awesome.
They were unbelievable. Like obviously they went 1-0 down after a mistake. Robertson never ever makes a mistake.
Yeah, and then what does he go and do?
And then the desire to get in the box, he's a left back to go do something and make a mistake. Salah, Mane just looks absolutely brilliant. But for me, the player of the season so far has been Fabinho. Centre half at Chelsea last week in centre midfield, and he can play anywhere.
He can do what he wants.
9 out of 10 anywhere you play him up front, you get a 9 out of 10. But yeah, I said 3-1 to Arsenal. I said 3-1 to Liverpool, and it was 3-1 to Liverpool, so that's 2 points.
Yeah, I said 3-0. So
oh.
I mean, to be fair, like going back to Robertson, never makes a mistake.
Yeah.
They were lucky to get a goal last night. Absolute cruise control Liverpool throughout, and I mean, they look unbeatable again.
Honestly.
Even though they got beat last season, but they generally do look unbeatable. Right across that 11, it's absolutely fantastic.
When we said like last year after the titles won, they had a bit of a wobble, and will it like get back to how it was? And the last 2 games, Chelsea away and Arsenal at home, teams are very good. Like, do you know what I mean? And there's just no competition. Like the press from Liverpool is the best thing I've ever seen. I've seen Barca and Bayern do it, but the press the other night from Liverpool.
That first half was the best 45 minutes I've seen this season.
Yeah,
genuinely.
But yeah, so that's 2 points for me, a correct score. So.
Yeah, I'll take the point though.
Yeah, so this week I got 3 points. That's it.
Yeah, I got 3 points as well.
So you've got 3 points.
You'll see the totals at the end.
You'll see the totals at the end. But to be fair, I think some of the results were crazy this week. But
like you mentioned, I can't predict many predictions getting even more than 5 points this way around.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go on to game week 4, tell you what we think and what our score predictions are going to be. So now we're going to do our predictions for game week 4 coming up this weekend, and as always we'll start with the 12:30 kick-off on Sky Sports. Chelsea v Palace. Chelsea lucky to get a point last week. I don't know why, but I feel like Chelsea are going to get a clean sheet this week. I'm going to back them 2-0. I'm going to back Werner to score. Got his first goal in the Carabao Cup. 2-0 Chelsea.
Very similar to me, but I've got 2-1. Maybe just slightly leading defence still on that one. I do expect Chelsea to get 3 points, and I was going to say Werner in the Cup, then in the league.
Next up we move on to Goodison Park, and we look to Everton, who've got 3 wins out of 3 and will really fancy themselves at home to Brighton. But like I said, Brighton are a very good side. I'm going to back them to be unlucky again. I'm going to back 3-2 a goal fest at Goodison Park.
I'm backing a goal fest, and this is probably harsh on Brighton because they played so good, but just how highly I think of this Everton side at the moment. I'm going to back 4-1 Brighton. Dominic Calvert will score again.
Hat-trick. And now we move on to Ellen Road. Best game of the weekend for me. Can't wait to watch this. Bielsa v Pep. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if Bielsa changes it up. I don't think he will, but it'll be interesting to see if he does change it up. Man City won 3-1 away at Wolves, their last away game. I'm going to back them to win 3-1 again.
I've got 3-1 as well, so
first one the same.
Yeah, I just think I say every week, I just think City, like I said against Leicester, I just think they're going to be too powerful and too good to score so many goals, but don't get it twisted, Leeds will give us a really good goal like they did against Liverpool.
Talking about games of the weekend, we move on to St James's Park and Newcastle v Burnley. I think it'll be an absolute cracker. Not. I'm going to back 0-0.
Yeah, I'm backing 1-1. Doesn't really get you out of seats this game, does obviously from a spectator standpoint, but yeah, I think it's going to be a stalemate draw on this one.
Yeah, stalemate. I think if Britain's Got Talent on Saturday night,
it's a bit harsh.
You might be better off watching that. You might see more entertainment. And now we move on to Leicester v West Ham. I mean, 2 unbelievable results last week. I mean,
well, we both said we didn't know which one was more of a shock. Fair play, Leicester going to Man City and West Ham going to Wolves.
Like Leicester, you fancy Leicester could score against anyone, but Wolves don't concede. I think they're both unbelievable results. I think it's a shame that they play each other because they're both confidence will be sky high. On this one, I'm just going to back 3-1. Vardy to score again. 3-1 to Leicester. Vardy to score again. Maddison to get a goal again.
Yeah, I'm going back 2-0 on this one. But Vardy will be on the score sheet, going to be on fire.
Remember when we said I wonder if Jamie Vardy could be
I know he's maybe too old.
I know, but yeah, fair play to Vardy, and 4 wins out of 4 for Leicester for both of us. Next up, we go to St Mary's and Southampton v West Brom. West Brom very, very obviously unlucky last week not to get all 3 points against Chelsea at home. But Southampton, very good win at Burnley. I'm backing them 2 wins out of 2. 3-1. Danny Ings yet again on the score sheet.
I'm going to back Southampton, but I think it's going to be more of a tight affair than a 3-1 because I think West Brom are riding still quite high, even though it was a 3-all against Chelsea. So I'm backing a 1-0 Southampton.
Now we move on to the Emirates, where we have Arsenal v Sheffield United. 3 losses from 3 games for Sheffield United. It looks like a long season, doesn't it?
Just a bit.
But yeah, can't see anything but a comfortable 2-0 Arsenal win.
Yeah, very comfortable, even more comfortable for me. I've got 3-0 Arsenal. Sorry, Sheffield United fans.
I'm going to go for an outsider, Danny Ceballos, to get his first goal of the season. And next up we move to Molineux. Both were on shocking ends of results last week. They'll both want to bounce back. Wolves 4-0 away, Fulham 3-0 at home. Yeah, I can't see Wolves having a disastrous week last week. I'm going to go comfortable 2-0, but I think it could be more. But 2-0 is my prediction.
Yeah, I've got 2-0 exactly the same. I just think 11 v 11 just Wolves are too strong. I can't think they have a bad week as they did last week.
Now we move on to Old Trafford, probably the game of the weekend that people will be looking forward to. Yeah, Jose Mourinho obviously goes back to his old club. I honestly believe that any 3 of the results, home, away win or draw, won't shock me. I'm going to sit on the fence. Quite even teams. I'm just going to back a 1-all draw.
I'm backing 2-1 Man U. I'm going to get my crystal ball out. We haven't had it out. It was a shocker last week. To be fair, we mentioned it, didn't we? It wasn't a shocker, but I backed Firmino to score 2 against Arsenal. But it didn't even look like he was in the box half the time. But my crystal ball this time is Anthony Martial to get the winner in this 2-1 fixture.
And last but not least, we move on to Villa Park. Aston Villa v Liverpool. 2 wins out of 2 for Villa. What a cracking start!
Yeah, definitely.
But it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. I'm not. I don't think I'll bat against them this season to get beat. But unless something dramatically changes. Not total whitewash. 2-0 Liverpool, but comfortable enough.
Not mate. It's going to be so comfortable. I put 4-1 because they have conceded, haven't they? They've had a few mistakes. Van Dijk's had a few mistakes against Bamford. Robbo, so there might be another mistake, but they just, I honestly think they're going to wipe the floor.
Right, fair enough. So that's it for another week of Brother v Brother. There's our predictions for this week coming up. As you can see by the scores above our Reds, it was a level game again.
Yeah.
A few different results though. It wasn't the same results, but yeah, Callum's still 2 points ahead. That lucky Liverpool result keeps me 2 points behind him. But yeah, this has been the Lewis Pickering Football Show. Brother v Brother, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out, and we'll catch us next week, Thursday night.